Hi guys, and welcome to this video. It's my second video of 2026 and I hope you have a great year so far. Today I wanted to show you my painting process in oil painting, so how I got from this to this in a few months of my whole oil painting journey, because I only painted with oil for a few months and I think I made a lot of progress, and I thought it would be interesting to you to see how much consistency can pay off. So let's get started. This was one of my first oil painting portraits, and yeah, as you can see, the colors are a little off. I still like it, but it's not what I wanted to paint. A short disclaimer before we start with this video for real. I don't want to sound too negatively speaking about my paintings, because there are many people who paint like this and are very happy with it, and I love that. And I don't think paintings can be bad if you enjoy painting them. I just want to speak for myself, and if I speak negatively about my paintings, it's just because it's not what I wanted to paint, and I wanted to paint better and to get more experience and progress in this. I hope you understand what I mean. So if I say this was one of my first paintings and I didn't like it like that, and if your paintings look like this for now, don't think I don't like your paintings, okay? That's the beautiful thing about making art. If you enjoy it, it's beautiful. So yeah, let's get started. This is one of my first oil portraits. I think it's actually my first. And I just got my oil paintings, a cheap pair of oil paintings, and I decided to just get into it and paint a portrait. And yeah, it's way more illustrative in an abstract kind of way, I think. And I like it. I like the hair and I like the eyes. They are way too big, but I don't think it's bad. But I wanted something else for my artistic journey. I don't want it to stay here, so I painted every day for the last few months. I started in July of 2025. This was one of my first paintings, and now we are here in January 2026, and I think I made a lot of progress. So let's get into the second painting. Actually, this was my very first oil painting, but it's not a portrait of a person, it's a portrait of my cat. Wait a second. That's her. And I didn't like the portrait. So the colors are way off. The flowers don't look like flowers at all, I think. So I gave up on the painting quite fast. But yeah, I like the texture on the canvas. Actually, it's not that bad, but I thought I could do better, and I did. This here was my second or third portrait painting in oil, and I was very proud of it. I really was into pink backgrounds and pink underpaintings. Yeah, but there's no depth in this painting. I was really proud of this one. I really liked her dress and her hair and the blue background, but it was not as realistically as I would like. And then I got this one. I really like her hair here too. But yeah, it was not what I intended to paint, and I thought I need to make more progress. I need to be consistent, and it's really hard for me to be consistent because I tend to give up really fast, or I tend to pick up another hobby. So when I don't like my paintings, I tend to crochet again and leave the paintings be because I get frustrated so fast. Then I did a few small paintings on canvas. For now I mostly paint on oil paper because I like the texture really much more than on canvas. I was really proud of this one here, inspired by the old Renaissance paintings, and I think she's got quite something of Mona Lisa, her nose and her hair, so I was really proud of this one. But it's really transparent. I don't think you can see it here, but oh, and it's really shiny. And my cat scratched her face, if you can see it on the camera. Yeah. But I wasn't mad, because I thought, oh, she wanted to paint with me and she wanted also to leave something on the painting. So yeah, I really like this one, actually. On to the next one. I was really proud of this one, and it took a really long time to paint her and her dress. Yeah, but I don't like her hands and her face. I'm sure I didn't like her face that much, so I gave up on the painting. As I said, I get frustrated really quick, so I didn't like it anymore, so I didn't paint on it anymore. But I really like the flowers here and the flower vase. It's actually inspired by a vase in my mother's home, and I love this flower vase, so I thought I should paint it, and I like it. Then I was really inspired by Alla Prima portraits and the look of them, so I tried to give it a try. But I also gave up on this painting because I thought the color of the faces was way off. They looked greenish and yeah, but I like how loose the painting looks. So now we see a lot of progress here, because I think I did really good on this painting here. As you can see, it also is an Alla Prima, or the typical Alla Prima technique look. I really like this one, and I'm really proud of the background color, her hair, and especially her skin color, because I looked into color mixing and color theory and how you can get skin color right so that it looks realistically and don't greenish or flat. So I think I did quite well on this painting here. After this one, my journey in oil painting got up. I had so much fun with painting this one. It's Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Bennet, and I'm still very proud of this painting. It was my first really finished portrait, and yeah, it took me a long time, as I said, but yeah, I'm very proud of it. I think you can tell that it is supposed to be Keira Knightley because of her head and her coat, but I didn't get the face quite right. I really love the light on her face and the shadows, and I think you can tell that it took me a long time and that I already made a lot of progress in these 3 months. So yeah. This portrait took me an hour, I think, and I really like it because the colors are matching so well. I really like the color scheme. And her hair, it looks so loose, and also her hair color, I really like it. And her lips. Overall, I like this painting. It's one of my favorite paintings, and I'm really proud of it. It's 2 swans. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. I want to paint it another time on paper, and I want to change the background then and do the swans more detailed here. I really like their faces. I want to get it framed someday, for sure. I really started to take oil painting seriously now. I was really inspired by a picture I found on Pinterest. It was a portrait photography of a woman, and I decided to paint her because I really liked the look on her face and her willow on the neck. You can tell I almost like all my paintings because I think it's important to not talk bad about what you make and instead see it as inspiration to learn more or to be consistent. So I try to find a good thing about every painting I make. Now we get on to my first really big portrait in oil painting. It took me a really long time, and I also made a whole YouTube painting vlog for this painting. So if you're interested in seeing this, check it out. I'm so sad because the tape ripped the paper when I pulled it off, but I can't undo it now, so it's just there and it's part of the painting, the ripped paper. So I almost like everything about this painting. I like the green background and my color choice on the dress. I like her hair, her nose, her eyes, her lips and the skin color. And I also like the red lace here. So I'm really proud of it, about this painting, and I was so happy when I finally got to see results. I painted every day and it was so hard to get the skin color right and to get into color mixing and to get into proportions of a face. So that's one of my favorite paintings, as I said, and I'm proud of it, and it really inspires me to learn more about oil painting and to become better artist. After this portrait, I decided one day I want to paint portraits where you also can see the hands. My favorite paintings, they aren't just portraits, they are paintings where the persons or the figures show some kind of pose with the hands, and I love painted hands, but I don't love painting hands. You see a problem here? So I thought to myself, if you're so afraid of painting hands, you need to paint hands to not be afraid anymore. And I started doing some hand studies, actually just 3, but these 3 studies already showed me there's no need to be afraid, you can only learn from your mistakes. This one is actually my first hand study, and I was so surprised because it actually turned out good, and I thought to myself, why does it not look so bad? Why does it actually look good? I don't know why, but it turned out good. My technique here was to just start very, very loosely and not focus on details. And it kind of worked. This is my second hand study, and I don't know what went wrong here because I don't like it at all. The colors are so off, the light is way too light and the dark side is way too dark. I don't like it. As I said, you need to learn from your mistakes. Oh! Yay! For this hand study I just uploaded a video of the full painting process, so if you're interested how I did this study, go check it out. It's this painting here, and yeah, I'm also really proud of this one. I don't know why it worked, and I'm kind of a little angry at myself because I never painted hands because I was so afraid to do so, and once I started painting hands I thought, why just now? Why didn't you start earlier? Because there's nothing to be afraid of. And for non-artistic people it may sound a little silly to say I'm afraid of painting hands, but I think if you're a painter and if you're just learning to paint, you totally get it. So yeah, but I'm really proud of this one, and as I said, there's a full painting process on my channel for this painting. Yeah, I really like this hand here. For this one I think the shadow here is a little off, so her hand looks quite like this. It looks a little off, but there are 2 hands, and one of them I'm really proud of. So yeah, and I think I did the shadows quite right and the skin color. So overall I'm really happy with it, and it inspires me to paint more hands. Actually, I'm planning to do a video where I paint a hand study. So it's not just this video here, but another video for people like me who are afraid to paint hands. And I thought if I film myself while painting, maybe other people will watch this video and also start painting hands, so we can learn together. Now we get to the end of this video. I have 4 portraits left, but first I have a landscape painting I'm really proud of. I already framed it in an old vintage frame, and I just love old vintage frames. I could have 1,000 of them and it still wouldn't be enough. This is it. As you can see, the frame, it's gorgeous. Just putting it here. Yeah, I really want to paint more landscapes in 2026, and this is the one painting of a landscape I did the year before, so I'm really excited what's coming next. I'm really happy with the colors here, and also that it's quite dark. I like the mood in this painting, and I think it matches my outfit. I want to take this painting for inspiration for more paintings, so I can have a collection of all the paintings in this style. I framed another painting in an old vintage frame, and it's a portrait. As I said, I already framed it, as you can see, and I also really like this one. When I painted it, I was so proud. I did a ton of YouTube shorts for this painting here, but when I look at it now, I think the mouth is a little bit too small for her face, and her eyes are not realistically enough for me. But I'm still satisfied with it because I can learn from it. Now we get on to a painting I did as a Christmas present for my best friend because she loves the film Frankenstein, and I decided to paint her a big piece of fan art. As you can see, it's Frankenstein and Mia Goth, as I think she's also called Elizabeth in the movie. I really like the candles here and her feathers and her lips. I'm not quite satisfied with Frankenstein himself because I don't think he looks scary enough, but I already have a problem with painting men, so I think it's not too bad. And she was very happy with the portrait and her present. So I need to frame it, but it wasn't dry until a few days ago. You can see them now, but I actually have a lot of tattoos, and this one is obviously not finished, but I decided to try painting some self-portraits, and this is one of them, but I quit painting on it and started a new one, and it's this one here. I really like the eye here. It's not finished yet, but I think her face looks kind of like mine when I'm in this pose. So it's so hard for me to paint blonde hair. I hate painting blonde hair, but unfortunately I'm blonde, so if I want to paint self-portraits, maybe I should learn to paint blonde hair. But I'm working on it, and I think these two are not that bad. And as I said, I really like the eye here. And the background color, I did another background color first, but I didn't like it at all, so I painted over it. But you can see my painting process in a video that's coming soon for this painting. And now we are on to my latest project. It's not finished yet, but I already love it. And I'm already afraid to pull off the tape, because if this painting rips, I'm gonna cry. I love her hair, the red color, and her eyes. I'm so in love with her green eyes and the look on her face. I decided to put on a challenge for myself to paint another look on a face, because for the most time when I'm painting they look really neutral and don't have a smile on their face or an angry look. So I decided I wanted to try something new, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. I love her skin color, and also that I painted more of her body than just until here. I also love the key and the golden color, and especially her hair, because it's so shiny. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would be very happy if you would leave some feedback or a comment or even subscribe to my channel. So yeah, have a nice day and a good start in the year 2026.